let's pick the top 12 picks. I've got a contest on my channel, and it's brought to you by Learn Key Upskill Challenge. And basically, just pick the top 12 picks, and there's links in the description. The winners get the winner gets a $100 gift card. The second place gets a $50 gift card. They also appear on my show during draft week. So let's run down the top 12 picks as we'll give our answers, and who knows if we're going to be right. Okay, Tennessee, Cam Ward. I think there's no doubt, right? He's going.
Let me just start this off by getting this wrong. Let me get this wrong right off the bat. Abdul Carter,
number 1.
Yeah, that's what I would do. He's clearly the best player. What are you talking about? You want a quarterback, Tennessee? I got one for you. His name is Brock Purdy.
I love Abdul Carter, but here's the thing about Abdul Carter: 3 arrests, and then he's got broken bones and issues with his foot, issues with his shoulder. I don't know.
Morris Taylor was insane. I don't care. I don't care.
He's great. He's a great player, but I don't know about that. I'm a little nervous.
I didn't know about the arrests. That's news to me.
Yeah, and they're not. I don't think they're major arrests. It's not Mike Green category. It's a little bit lesser stuff, but still stuff that has to be at least explored.
I wouldn't draft Mike Green.
I wouldn't draft Mike Green either. Cam Ward, number 1 to Tennessee, I think. Cleveland at 2.
Enough.
Cleveland at 2. Do you think they go with Abdul Carter, who you think, and match him to Myles Garrett? I think they're going Travis Hunter.
Well, in my scenario, Cam Ward's available, so I would have them taking Cam Ward. But in your scenario, Travis Hunter sounds about right. Yeah, I mean that works.
That works. Now we're the big pivotal spot in the draft, number 3. The Giants brass is fired at the end of the year. So I don't think they're going to go quarterback, even though they've talked a lot about Shador and Dart, because I think they need a player here. I think this is where Abdul Carter goes. I think Abdul Carter goes 3 to the Giants. What do you think?
Now they do have Brian Burns and Azeez Ojulari,
and Thibodeau, who they could trade to the Niners.
Do they still have Azeez Ojulari?
No. Azeez Ojulari.
They have Thibodeau. They have Thibodeau. I still think you'd still take Abdul Carter. He's the best player in the draft, in my opinion.
New England at 4 is going to try to help Drake May. If there was a receiver, I mean, there's talk about Philly, if Abdul Carter fell, offering A.J. Brown in their first-round pick and more to go all the way from the back of the first to 4 to take Abdul Carter. But in this mock, he goes 3, and New England needs probably Will Campbell. I think most people are thinking Will Campbell is going to protect Drake May's blind side.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. 5, Jacksonville. A lot of people think Mason Graham, but I think the fast riser here is Jalen Walker. And Grant, I think Jalen Walker winds up going 5 overall to Jacksonville, especially after that workout with Mikael Williams, where he just looked awesome. I think Walker is the hot name that everybody's going to want, and I think he goes 5.
PrizePicks is sponsoring the Cohn Zone this year. PrizePicks is the leader in daily fantasy and the best place to win cash while watching sports. And the best part about the app is it's really easy to use. To create a lineup, all you have to do is pick more or less on a few players' stats. I'm a Niners guy. So, when I'm doing PrizePicks, I'm looking, the last couple of years, I'm looking at Deebo Samuel because I know Deebo Samuel better than Deebo Samuel knows Deebo Samuel. So if it's like drops, I'm taking more. Or if it's like punches thrown towards his long snapper on the sideline during the fourth quarter of a game, the 49ers will go on to win. I'm smashing more because I know the 49ers and I'm a PrizePicks guy. Now, maybe they didn't have those exact plays, but they have so many plays that'll make your head spin. And you can play PrizePicks in over 40 states, including California and Texas. Best part about it is the new user offer. PrizePicks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. So win or lose, you'll get $50 just for playing. That sounds like a win to me. Use promo code Cohn, COHN, to claim your $50 today. Tell them Grant sent you. Now, they do have Trayvon Walker and they have Josh Hines-Allen.
Right.
But, yeah, still you could put him at
stack backer.
Stack backer for, yeah, sure.
I mean, I see a Patrick Willis type player. Raiders at 6, go Ashton Genty.
I disagree there.
You don't think
I don't think they will. I think Chip Kelly thinks he can create a running back. I don't think he thinks he needs the best running back. I mean, he had Travion. He might want Travion Henderson. He coached him in college. I think he's going to take Arbon Membu here. I think he's going to want a serious offensive tackle. I mean, he drafted Lane. Okay. Did he not draft Lane Johnson? He coached Lane Johnson. And with him, I think having a great right tackle is important because it's a spread offense. You often have the tight end detached. A lot of open formations. That guy's on an island. Just saying. I think they go Membu here.
Wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
Grant says Membu at 6. I'm saying
I've been thinking
Genty
about
at
that one
6.
a lot. I'm very confident about that. I do not think the Raiders are taking a running back. As
Okay.
good as Genty is.
There were people today listening to Pete and his pressers saying the same thing. He's not going running back, and I didn't have a
I don't
chance
think
to
so.
listen to the quote. So the
I don't
Jets
think
at
so.
7, I have going Membu, but you just had Membu there. Do you put Genty with the Jets, or do you put Tyler Warren with the Jets, or
I
Shamar
haven't really thought
Stewart,
about the Jets
Mason
much. I mean,
Graham?
they're awful. Like they need everything, right? What do they not have?
They
could
don't have
take a
Robert
running
Sala
back.
anymore. Yeah,
But
I
I feel
mean,
like a running back goes to a team that has certain building blocks in place. They seem like they need everything. I mean, they could take Mason Graham. They have
yeah.
Quinn Williams. I don't know.
I could see the I have the Jets going Membu, but if
Okay.
he was gone before, I could see maybe trying to get the Jets to trade back with get Dallas to trade up for Genty, but maybe I could also see the Jets going Tyler Warren right there. That could be
That's a good
interesting.
pick. That's a
All
good
right,
pick.
Carolina at 8. Now this is where I think this thing gets crazy. I like Pittsburgh to trade next year's 1 to Carolina for 8, and so they can get ahead of New Orleans and take Shador. I think Tomlin is starting to feel heat the way that Shanahan is starting to feel heat. And yeah, he's a great coach. You got to win a playoff game, bro. You got to win a playoff game. You haven't won a playoff game in a long, long time. So I think Mike Tomlin knows he's got to have a better quarterback. And I think he likes Shador. I think he really thinks Shador's got a lot of upside. I think he's a good leader. I think he thinks he's going to be a great leader. So I like Pittsburgh trading next year's number 1 to Carolina. Carolina moves back to 21. Pittsburgh jumps in and takes Shador.
My bold prediction is that Shador is going to drop.
Really? How
out
far?
of the top 20. I think the
Wow.
NFL's down on him. Maybe unfairly, but I think they look at him and they see entitled, nepotism, has only been coached by his dad. And if he has like a rough experience with the coach, is he gonna, sandbag it and maybe get replaced? Is Dion like breathing over the coach's shoulder? I don't know if Kyle would care about that, but I think Sanders is gonna drop. He still could end up being a good quarterback, but he could be there for the Steelers at 21. He could be there for the Titans at 35. I'm not sure, but I also don't think a team's going to trade up for a quarterback this year because the whole league is saying it's a bad year for quarterbacks, and I think no team wants to be like the Niners who trade up for Trey Lance.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah.
I have New Orleans at 9 going with McMillan. I don't know who the New Orleans says. They could go Shamar Stewart. They could go Jackson Dart. They could go Sanders. But I think they're going to get.
They could go Kelvin Banks.
They could go Banks. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think the Bears at 10 go Graham. I think he's going to fall. I think whatever fall he has, it's going to end before the Niners.
If Genty's on the board when the Niners are there at 11, that's just Christmas because they could either take him or trade down. And trading down might be the best possible outcome for the 49ers. But if Sanders and Genty are there, like, thank you.
What do you think of the report that the Niners are one of 4 or 5 teams that wants to trade down, according to Schefter? The Niners are at 11. If they're at 11, who would you take at 11 if this were in this our breakdown here, our mock? So we're walking through the top.
I'd almost
11.
want to take Genty. I think that guy's so good. And with the Niners, I know they need everything, but when they have a healthy, dominant running back, they go to the Super Bowl. They go to the NFC Championship game. But let's say they don't take him. I don't expect them to take that. I still think they're going to take Kelvin Banks. I know he's not necessarily like the greatest left tackle prospect, but I do think he would be a good left tackle in the 49ers system. And maybe they won't give him a second contract, but for 4 or 5 years, he'll give you, good left tackle play for Colt McKivitz money.
I think they're going Shamar Stewart. I know there's going to be a lot of Niner fans who are really unhappy with that pick too. But I do think they're going Shamar Stewart. I just think that Nolan's got, he's been all over the place. He's kind of a mercenary. I love Nolan, but I think they're going to look at Nolan and be like, his attitude's not right, this and that. I think they know that there's really good defensive tackles in the 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round. I think there's more of a premium on the ends, and I think Shamar is coming off the board. Tony Pauline the other day went on with Steph Sanchez and said it's Shamar Stewart or Walter Nolan from the people that he's talking to, and he's pretty plugged. So
I just
I
feel
would
like
probably
the
go
Niners are
Nolan,
better
but
than
I think
that.
they're
No
going to
one
go
knew they
Stewart.
wanted Pearsall last year. I feel like the Niners
Yeah, they could be.
are
They could
just a
be
little bit. I think it's going to be
deceptive.
someone they haven't been linked to.
Well, that's interesting. Wouldn't
I think
that
it's
be
going to be someone they haven't been linked. Like they've been really careful not to be linked. I mean, they brought in Kelvin Banks for a top 30 visit, but no one thinks they're taking an offensive tackle in round 1. Whereas like everyone knows the Dolphins need one at 13. Everyone knows the Texans need one at like 25, but the Niners like, no, Trent Williams is coming back. Meanwhile, he hasn't said anything since October, but yeah, he's coming back, says the team. And I believe them because why would they lie? Why would they not tell the truth about Trent Williams? I don't know. I just feel like I'm taking
what would be your wild card pick? Like, okay, so if you said they're gonna, were you saying Genty? Or are you saying
yeah, how about the freaking running back? I mean, I think how many true blue chip generational prospects are in this draft? 2? Him and Carter? Maybe Hunter? 3? Maybe Membu? 4.
I think the safe pick might be Jedi Barron, but I'll say this. I'll say they're going to take Shamar Stewart. And if they like Shamar Stewart, go with me on this one for a second. If they like Shamar Stewart, that means on some level, they're all about traits, right? You don't love Shamar Stewart and really consider him take at 11 if you don't love traits, because he doesn't have tons of production. But what he does have is crazy traits. Okay. So I think the wild card, I think Shamar is probably the pick. If I had to say wild card, I'm going to say the jumbo South Carolina safety, Eman Wari as the
That's a good
surprise
call.
pick.
He'd be a really good pick
because
he'd be a really good pick.
He's the craziest traits athlete there is in this draft.
I might like him better than I just don't like the Shamar Stewart pick to me because are you sure he's that much better than Oladejo in round 2 or David Walker in round 3? Like I'm not.
He's better against the run and he's bigger, but I don't know. I agree with you. I don't know that he's better
defender and a really nice bull rush, and he's disruptive, but there's still a lot of projection there, and it's a deep D-line class. It feels risky to take Shamar Stewart at 11. Now, if they were to trade down to 20, I love that pick. I love that pick at 20.